Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly, and man, what a great day to be a 49er fan. It was a rough year, obviously, we all know that, but there was a few things that I thought we had to do heading into this season to get better, to get right, and we've done all three of them. That was fire the defensive coordinator, fire the special teams coordinator, and get Robert Saleh. Oh my gosh, and it happened. It looks like it happened. We're hearing reports from Matt Mayoko, was it Mike Silver, that it's going to happen, that he's coming back.
Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see.
And everything seems to be aligning the way it should be. Now, obviously, we have free agency we have to take care of. And then most importantly, the draft. We have to have another good draft. And the OG out there, Mel Kiper, had his first mock draft. And everyone knows Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper, guy that personally I don't think is the best at evaluating talent. Who remembers when he wanted the Niners to get Jimmy Clausen? He was mad at the Niners for drafting Jimmy Clausen that year. That year didn't really matter because I don't know who the hell we got. I think it was like Balmer or something like that. It was like a crappy ass pick anyways. But yeah, he said he was going to retire if Jimmy Clausen wasn't going to be good. But he ended up sucking. But, Mel Kiper's been doing this for a long time. So watching this, seeing the list out down the line, every time I look at the list, I always look at each player before I look at the Niners player. So like, okay, this guy's available. Who should we go after now? And seeing it, number 11, man, I think this would be the Niners' dream scenario. And he had us picking from Texas, offensive tackle, Calvin Banks. And me personally, I love it, man. I think that's exactly where we have to go. Offensive line. And he was named the best offensive tackle in this year's college, which is great. I think he's a great player. The only thing people have a knock on him, and I'm hearing it quite a bit, is that he's listed at 6'4". People are saying that he's like 6'3", 6'2". So we'll have to see about that. But even if that were the case, the Niners they don't care, man. Because look at, like, if that were the case, Colton McKivitz wouldn't be right tackle for the last 2 years, because he has sub 33-inch arms, which you kind of don't really like as if you're like a GM or anything. But John Lynch, Kyle Shannon don't seem to mind about it. So I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal at all. I think he's great, man. Freaking mauler, beast. The game against, Ohio State, he went up against two studs, in my opinion, Jack Sawyer, JT, and he freaking did work, man. He was great. He was absolutely amazing. So I think he just gave up 1 sack this year. Overall, dude, he's been great. I think 3 years out of 3 years, I think he's given up a total of 5 sacks in 3 years, which is absolutely amazing. The year before that, I believe 1 sack too. And this dude he's just like Will Campbell. He started as a damn freshman, which you see that, and you love it, man. So he's still freaking young and out there doing great things. Now, are there some concerns? Like I said, the height, maybe. There are some plays I do see him where it seems like he thinks the play is over and he stops moving his feet. There was one play, I think it was against Arkansas, against Landon Jackson, who's projected to be a second-round pick. He had Landon Jackson pretty much freaking dog-washed, but I don't know if he thought the play was over. It was like a glitch. He stops moving his feet. Landon Jackson does an inside move and gets the sack. I'm like, bro, he had perfect leverage. Everything was great other than that. And I think he's done it a few times watching film on him. He's done that a few times. But that right there is easily correctable. I think our offensive line coach, even though I'm not the highest on Chris Forster, I think he could teach him that. You just keep moving your feet, even if the freaking you hear a whistle, just keep doing it if that's an issue for you. But overall, dude, I think he's great in the run game, great at pulling, freaking athletic as hell. So I love it, man. If we could get one of these damn tackles, whether it be Calvin Banks, Will Campbell, or even Josh Simmons, I won't be mad at all, man. I will not be mad at all, because I think these three guys, whether you think they're a tackle or guard, shit, we need guards too. So I mean, how would you mind? You got big dudes that have been playing at such a high level. Will Campbell and Calvin Banks playing since their first year right after high school. I mean, you love that, man. You absolutely love that. So I just personally, I don't want to reach on like a defensive tackle, like I've made a few videos already about Stewart from Texas A&M, which I think that's a high risk right there. I want to get a guy that's a freaking not a bust. At the end of the day, I don't want to get a dude that's gonna be a miss. I want to get the guys that you're like, all right, that guy, he's gonna be good. Like, even if he's not good at tackle, he's gonna be good at guard. Or getting someone, I don't know. Like, I like Waller, Wallen from freaking was it? Gosh, I'm trying to blink. Penn State. That guy's a monster, dude. That guy's gonna be a beast no matter what. Tyler Wallen, get his ass too. Like anyone, dude. We've only had 2 hits, so we got to make sure to hit here. And I think Calvin Banks, man, he's a solid ass pick. I know some people are saying they just don't they don't see it with him. Personally, I see it, dude. I remember watching back in the day, watching film on Mike McGlinchey. And I was so pissed off when we got Mike McGlinchey because I just didn't see in him. I remember watching on Twitter back in the day, watching Sheldon Day in practice send Mike McGlinchey's ass 20 yards flying. And I'm like, holy crap, I do not want that guy, and I just didn't see with him at Notre Dame. And we freaking ended up drafting him at 11. I was like, what the hell are we doing, man? Like, what the hell are we doing? And it wasn't the right pick. I know he got paid in Denver, but still, they're having remorse picking him up for all that money. He was not worth that freaking 11th overall pick, and I thought we had a guy at the time. Who the hell was it? The big dude that we traded to the Patriots, and he ended up winning a damn Super Bowl. Brown. I thought Brown was way better. Obviously, Brown dealt with issues with his leg and all that. He got picked up by the Raiders, signed a lot of money, but when he played that healthy year, I believe it was the Patriots, dude was freaking balling. Freaking Mike McGlinchey couldn't hold his damn jock strap, So I just want to hit, man. I want someone that we know that's not going to be like, oh, he's a high risk, but he's a high reward. Like Mikal Williams. I know a lot of guys like Mikal Williams, but dude, I need production. Dude, I need more than 5 sacks in a season. I need you to do it consistently, have good seasons where like, all right, this is not a 1-year fluke, And Calvin Banks, Will Campbell, I think they're it, man. I think they've done it enough. They've proven it that they deserve to be, a top 15 pick. And again, I would love to get someone like Abdul Carter from Penn State, Mason Graham. A lot of people talk about Mason Graham, but realistically, I know they're not gonna be there, dude. They're not gonna be there at 11. That's wishful thinking, man. I mean, I would love it, but that right there is wishful thinking. I think these offensive tackles, one of them might be there. And if that's the case, you got to pull the trigger, man. You got to pull the trigger and get them, because I feel so far this offseason, man, it's been good. It's been really good for us. Last year was a train wreck right after the season ended. People talking trash. People, going off on Twitter. We had Feliciano and then Spencer Burford going at it. It was just a train wreck. So far, nothing bad has really happened. So we just got to keep this momentum rolling. If we get Robert Saleh, that changes everything. And then having a good draft, getting someone like Calvin Banks, who knows, maybe Jack Sawyer in the second round, maybe JT. I don't know. There's a lot of talent that's going to be out there in that second round with the 11 picks. So, I mean, things are looking up, man. Things are looking up, and we'll see how it goes, man. I'm excited. I know we're like 3 months away from this freaking draft, man, but I don't care, man. Well, let's start right now. Let's get ready. A lot of people have their first mock drafts out, and I love it, baby. I love it, man. This is a fun time of the year. Not the best time of the year, obviously. We're out of the playoffs and whatnot, but we just got to get ready for that free agency, get ready for the draft, and that's going to decide how we do come next year in the playoffs. So, all right, man, I'm out. Let me know what you think of Mel Kiper's first mock draft. Like it, don't like it, let me know down below. Peace.